Alright, so today we are going to follow up with the Soul Stones. As I already said, I really want to go for the deck of Fate. I want to go for Hilvi on my main account because I got Torment, and the duo of the two of them is going to be pretty epic. So we already pulled more than 310 normal Soul Stones, the smaller ones, but I'm still a little bit short. I actually did a bit of farming, tried to also get some points just through going through dungeons and campaign. There's obviously a few other events currently going on too, so that kind of helped. But I'm still a little bit short, which means that we're going to pull now 14 of the medium soul stones and hope that we're going to get something that boosts the account a bit. As I explained in the previous video, one of the issues with the account here, with the main account, is that I really need some higher blessings, or at least it would help me a lot if I could get some proper 3 to 6 star blessings for champions that I actually use on a regular basis. For that very reason, I saved a lot of them and pulled them just recently. Didn't really get too many good stuff though, so maybe right now we're gonna be a bit lucky. We're gonna pull 14, so let's see what we're gonna get. Okay, so I gotta pull an additional 14 cards, which means that we need 14,000 points, and Immortal Soulstone gives you 700. And now that I think about it, I think I have to actually pull 20 Soulstones. Okay, so caster math right there. That definitely didn't... I mean, it works out still, I got enough. But yeah, I was just calculating that in my head and I was like, wait a second, something was going wrong here. So we need 20, not 14, my bad. So yeah, let's go for a big 10x summon and see what we're gonna get there. I'm really hoping that we're gonna get at least 1 or 2 that are gonna be really useful for me, but that already doesn't really look too great. So yeah, that was pretty poor, I'm not gonna lie. I expected a little bit more out of this. So Magna, I think I actually have already a higher awakening for him. Sigmund I have, I don't really use him. I guess I could try and work him in a little bit. Cardinal, on the top of my head, I think for Cardinal it's actually similar, that I already have her with a decent awakening score. So I guess we're gonna pull those manually and see what we're gonna get. I was honestly hoping for a little bit more than only 1 legendary. Okay, maybe now we're gonna get lucky. That is actually pretty good. Senna, I pulled her recently, if you remember, and I'm not quite sure if she already has a soul, but if she has an awakening, then it's only a 1-star awakening, so getting a 3 for her, that's actually pretty good. Would have loved something higher than that, but hey, I'll take it. So that's a 3, that's gonna help me. That's gonna help me definitely a little bit. Ooh, another legendary, let's go. Yeah, unfortunately I already have one for her, and this one doesn't help me because I actually don't have her right now. I'll still store it for later. But yeah, it's always the ones that you don't have that you actually pull stuff for, so it's kind of unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. A couple of good epics would also be quite nice. Unfortunately for Charmael, I already have a 3-star, so that's another one that's not going to do anything for me. But Senna is like the one thing that saves me a little bit here, because outside of that, I got a few small upgrades, but nothing really to speak of. It's kind of crazy to me, by the way, that nearly everything that I'm pulling right now is just barely a 3-star. So for Magna, a 4-star, that's actually not too bad. There are not really many areas where I currently use him. I suppose I could use him maybe a little bit more in Faction Wars and take advantage of that. We'll see. Mythical, don't have one yet. I think I actually have a 3-star awakening for her already, but again, on this account I have a little bit of catch up to do when it comes to blessings and also when it comes to mythicals. Currently working on some of that stuff. Faultboar, I have a high awakening already for him too, so not really too helpful. Another legendary, come on. And yeah, this is one of those that I'm again torn. I have Buraga actually. The problem is he's not really all that useful, and Dwarves is probably my strongest faction right now in Faction Wars Hard. I think I'm on the final boss there, and he just doesn't really fit in the lineup. Now maybe I can use him in a couple of edge cases there, but he has not been someone that I use a lot in that context. So the final one, let's see what we're getting. Senna was for sure the winner so far. Another legendary, so maybe we get lucky. And yeah, I unfortunately don't have her either, but that's a 4-star, and I could of course at some point pull her, so we'll definitely keep that. So all in all, a couple of better pulls right now. We pulled 20, had a couple of useful things here I guess, but let's also go into the deck of Fate and play through that real quickly. And yeah, pull the rest of the cards, because we want to of course have not only all of the... Yeah, it's going to be nice to pull here. I mean, honestly, getting Hilvi here was pretty important for me. I'm probably going to pull her a little bit later because tomorrow we also have the champion chase. So that's going to be some extra points that I'm going to get through that. But yeah, that's definitely going to be nice. So lots of good rewards with the deck of Fate. And getting the extras here is making up for not getting the most insane pulls. I have to actually say, if you save the resources, the deck of Fate things are pretty nice. The rewards that you're getting here. It's not really all that cheap, obviously, but it's some good stuff, all in all. And with that, I suppose now we can soon start building not only Hilvi, but also the combo with Torment. That should be actually really, really helpful. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be great synergy. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do there. Going to build her probably a bit for Arena, trying to also see how it does in PvE content for me. But having just generally synergy champions is pretty awesome, and it's kind of fun. So really looking forward to pulling her for that. And again, we haven't really gone over this too much, but you have a lot of really freeze tools that you can use with her, especially, of course, when you then have Torment in the mix. I mean, just the fact alone that he is activating his own skills as well when she gets one is already quite nice. You have a lot of freeze there that you can apply. Just the control in general, that's awesome if you can use it in a PvP context of Arena, but it's also quite nice if you're trying to break through certain content, let's say in the Grim Forest, in the Cursed City or somewhere else. So this is actually really cool to have, and I'm definitely going to book her. I'm going to build her on the account. It's also going to help me a little bit more with some of the stages in Faction Wars Hard, I suppose. As I said before, Dwarves is by far my best, so she's going to be high up on the list to try and get an awakening for her too. But yeah, all in all, pretty happy. Good rewards to the deck of Fate. We get Hilvi that we can pull tomorrow. A couple of additional blessings that I now have as well. Senna in particular is going to be happy about that. It's going to help me more for Chimera, for Hydra, and some other areas where I use her. So not too unhappy. That's kind of what we were aiming for here. But yep, deck of Fate therefore completed, checked, and yeah, that's that. What about you guys? Anybody else that went for Hilvi? Did you have the resources to pull her? Anybody that already has Torment? There's obviously a Torment extra event now coming up where you can pull him. That's going to be interesting. I personally would rather have Noelle there, so I'm going to pull my shots for that too. I think that starts tomorrow, and we're going to go over the content there as well. I think I have like around 20 to 30 void shots currently, and those are usually safe for ×2 events. And now in addition to that, you have the higher chance of pulling Noelle, for example, so that's going to be useful too. Not sure if I'm going to get to 20 to 30 void shots. Is not that much, but hey, if I get a decent epic or maybe another legendary, that would already be amazing. So yeah, either way, there's a lot of stuff coming up now with Christmas. And well, while we're on the topic, Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope that you guys had some fantastic time with friends and family, that you got a lot of presents. Maybe you got some presents here in the game as well. Again, let me know if you went for Hilvi yourself. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see all of you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.